I just knew.
I just knew.
Girl, where you been? Let's talk about it. Where have we been? It's been a minute. Let's touch on that just a little bit. What's been going on?
It's been a lot. We both have been going through a lot of different life changes. I would say this time, good ones.
Yeah, definitely so. God, first of all, I relocated. You were about to eventually relocate.
Yeah, in a
And
couple of days.
everything that was trying to prevent us from carrying on this whole mission was trying to happen, but God is steady just pushing us through. We may not have been able to be physically in the studio like we are right now.
Yep.
Thank you. But we were still able to keep the message alive, keep the podcast alive. And so you want to touch on kind of like those who probably didn't not following us on social media, kind of like what we was doing in the meantime?
Yeah, so if you haven't been watching and if you haven't been following us, especially on Instagram, because of both of us being able or going to relocate, she's relocated already. We had to come up with a way in the gap to still keep a focus on the audience and the story. And we decided to let you guys tell your stories.
And it just we had such a great reaction from that. Like
we did.
The women loved it. The guests that we had on it, because what we did, we went live on our actual I just knew podcast Instagram page. We went live.
Yep.
We was doing like I think one Monday every 2 weeks out of the month.
I think it was like Monday, Wednesday.
Oh, it was probably twice.
Monday, Wednesday.
Yeah, and what we did was we both individually selected females who we knew that were going through situations that we felt they was able to tell their story, because leading up to that, they was watching our podcast and they were fans of it, and they talked about how it motivated them to want to tell their story. So we kind of just created a platform for them, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And they definitely enjoyed it. They appreciated us giving them that platform. And so shout out to those ladies who had signed up to be a part of that and tell their story on our live on Instagram. And so, yeah, we just back to kind of like continue where we finished, because my biggest thing is that this whole idea was from stuff that we went through. You know what I mean? I feel like when the devil knows that you're trying to keep pushing, he'll find a way to try to throw in the roadblocks and stuff like that to keep you from getting to the mission. And we both used to text each other randomly like, look, we cannot let this go. We cannot let it drop. We have to stay relevant some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And I think we did really good by doing that.
Yeah. I did like the lives. The lives were very informative, and you always think like, how can we make this new? How can we make this fresh? How can we, people might get tired of this, the same old story, blah, blah, blah. But every single woman's story was completely different. Some I was like taken aback. Like, you be thinking your story bad, and then you hear somebody else's story, and it's like, what?
Yes.
That is crazy. And I didn't want to say too, I didn't want to make it seem like it was an only women thing. We just didn't have any guys reach out. And I feel like sometimes like women are more open to talking about their stories. I know men sometimes feel like, that's something that they should keep to themselves, or, they might look soft for opening up on their experiences. But I did, after the ending of the live shootings, get at least 2 men that were willing to come out and tell their experience.
Yeah, I ran into guys like that too.
Yeah, it's not only women that, I mean, we all go through the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank y'all for being patient.
Right.
And like I said, those who don't follow us or who just solely see us on YouTube, who probably was like, what's going on with the podcast? That's what was going on. Life was going on, okay?
Yeah.
And we're back. We're back in the studio. We're ready to continue this journey and tell y'all these stories, because we really haven't even gotten to the meat of it yet. That was just the sides.
Yeah.
We got you maybe gave y'all a little bit of the meat. Just a little bit.
A little sprinkle.
Yeah, a little slice. But it's a lot more to it. So we're calling this episode New Arrival. And if you haven't heard our story or know what's going on leading up to today, we'd highly recommend you watch the first 4 episodes?
First 4 episodes.
Yep, and get yourself caught up before you even click on this one anything further, because you're not going to understand what's going on. But New Arrival. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the arrival of my stepdaughter and kind of how that was kind of challenging for me. What how it was something different that I didn't have any plans. I don't think no woman plans to anticipate the arrival of their stepdaughter. What? If it's not my child, why am I anticipating the arrival of somebody else's child? But
Yeah.
you know, it happened. So yeah, she got here in November, and I just remember the family, his family, being very, of course, excited and just like, you know, you need to come see her. She's a spitting image of him, which people don't understand. That is like a stab in the heart itself. You know what I mean? To know I have to look at this person that looks exactly like my husband, and we had no type of dealings to create this beautiful creation because she's a beautiful baby girl. And so I remember the day that I finally decided to go over there to see her. I want to say my sister-in-law was throwing something for the kids at my mother-in-law's house, like a little picnic or whatever. Not picnic, like a little slip and slide for the kids. And so when I finally went over there and I seen her, wait, let me backtrack. So knowing she was here, I had to have a serious serious conversation with God. I literally had to pray because you know how they tell you, like, I want to say it was a very stern meditational prayer that I had to do because I felt the hate in my heart. I felt it immediately, like, I don't want to be around that baby, F that baby, fuck him, fuck her, fuck everybody. Like, I don't want to be around her. Y'all phony as hell because y'all want to be around this baby that not mine. Like, I had to pray that energy off myself before I come around anybody's child because I want somebody to come around my child correct. Don't come around my child with, you know what I'm saying, ill intent or ill desires. That's not fair to her. So I was aware of that. And I actively went into prayer and meditation and I prayed on it. Kept praying on it, chanting it, meditating on it until I no longer felt it. I said, it's feeling in my heart. I don't want to feel it. It's not right. God, remove it, remove it, remove it. And I kept saying it, kept saying it, kept saying it until I no longer felt it in here. So that was the first thing I did. Once I no longer felt it in here, I said, okay, God, get me through this. You know what I mean? Give me a sign that everything's going to be okay. So got to the day of to be able to see her. Immediately picked her up, and when I kid y'all not, I have a picture in my phone. I picked her up. She gave me a kiss on my cheek. This baby was all of maybe I think at the time she was like 2-3 months. So she's little. Gave me a kiss on my cheek, and it was almost like God was like, "You're gonna be okay." She loves you. You know what I mean? And from then, our relationship been like this. So it was the way that God had came through with the revealing of, you know, telling me everything was gonna be okay just simply by using her, a baby. To kind of like show me, like, to soften it, like, you're good. You know what I mean? She needs you too. You know what I mean? She didn't ask to be here. She's innocent in this just like you are. You know what I mean? So that was kind of like the first time I was like, all right, I am stronger than I think I am to deal with this situation. And so, like I said, the in-laws were ecstatic about her being here, and you know, eventually once I started connecting with her, unfortunately you got the mama who want to be petty because it was a situation where, you know, now that I got her, and maybe it was my fault because I don't have kids, but I had did a video of us on my Instagram, but I didn't show her face. I just did me holding her. First of all, how you even see this video? Which is how I knew you had to been following me or watching my page
from
like
somewhere.
Correct. So and you basically revealed yourself that you've been spying on me because I had posted stuff prior to.
Caught you.
So if all things, you decided to comment on this one thing and she would, how dare you post my child? You don't post her. You are not her stepmother, this and the third. And I was just like, what? What do you mean? As you have every right to feel how you feel about your child, but I didn't post her and show her face. I'm doing a video. Her face is not showing. You just see the back of her head. You know what I mean? And you felt some type of way. And I just said, see, Lord, this. I just knew that dealing with a baby mama, it was going to come with all this extra, you know what I'm saying, energy and mess. So now you want to be dominant on what you want and being stern on who you. So then she started having issues with me being around her. She started saying, I don't trust you. You're not mentally stable. You're uneducated. You're psychotic. Don't try to use my child to be a mother. You will never be. It's not my fault that you can't have kids.
Wow.
Who told you I can't have kids? That's why you almost died trying to have a baby. Yeah. And you thought you ate with that. And I was hurt at that time, you know what I mean? Because this is all coming from like, why are you so mad at me though? It went from you dying to have a conversation with me to speak on how sorry you were to now that I'm sitting here trying to, embrace the situation.
Yeah.
Now you want to come at me like I'm the one that's unstable. I'm the one that's trying to be somebody I'm not. You would never be her stepmother.
Okay.
Technically, I am.
Because you decided to sleep with my husband.
Correct. I'm her stepmother all day long.
Surprise.
Welcome.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Like, hello? You sound slow.
You at my house.
Right. You sound uneducated. You sound lost on how this works. When a child comes around for a married couple, the children are considered the stepchildren of the couple that's married, baby. What are you talking about? You would never be her stepmother. You're not going to use my child to experience motherhood. You sound bitter. Mm-hmm. You sound hurt. But in that time, I couldn't see it from a healed version. Like if she was a step to me to this day, I would laugh at her. Like you still mad? Oh wow, go get help. But in that version of me, I was broken. That was like adding more fuel to the fire or sticking it to an open wound. Mm-hmm. So it's like I feel like, God, you want me to stick around for this? I'm trying to do right, but you got this devil.
Yeah, trying to
provoke me.
Making things worse. When
Correct.
I'm already
already...
The pot is simmering, but she's turning up the heat, Lord.
Yes.
It's about to bubble over.
It's like, are you serious right now? Like, can I not get peace within trying to do what's right? I can't even get peace in that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, girl. A fool. Sit.
That's a lot. You sit back and think and wonder, like, where did that come from? For her? For the small window that they said that they interacted, for you to have that reaction after you see me with your baby, like, where does that come from? Unless you yourself are now upset because your vision of what you thought y'all situation should have looked like isn't, and now because I'm still here, you're upset.
But here's the kicker to that. You have all this energy, which made me really feel like you might be bipolar because you were the same one asking if I was coming to the hospital when you had the baby.
Yeah.
Because he went to the hospital with her, of course, when she went into labor, as he should. Mm-hmm. And you asked him, is she coming? Mm-hmm. And he told you no. He asked me, and I said, y'all lost y'all mind. I wasn't there yet. Like, I'm not doing that. No, I see her when I see her. Give me time. You know what I'm saying? Because mind you, everybody was kind of like pressing for me to hurry up and be around immediately. And it was like, I need time, y'all. So you can't go from trying to get me to be around and then out of nowhere now you trying to make me feel bad for wanting to be around. Like, which one do you want?
I guess thinking about it and seeing it is two different things, especially depending on what you thought your outcome was going to look like. Because who knows what she thought was going to happen. That maybe you were going to leave. She was going to step in. He was going to eventually maybe fall in love with her. And then all the cutie little magical things were going to happen. I'm a fairy.
I'm a fairy. So even then... So mind you, I'm being stepmom of the year at this point, doing the best I can for what she allows. Because now at this point, she's messing with him. She's picking and choosing when he can see her. And that's what I can say. Kudos to my ex because he jumped into the dad role immediately. You know what I mean? And also, but at that moment, I couldn't look at it like that. I kind of felt resentment towards him because it's like, oh, you jumped into the dad role like that. Like but you couldn't even jump into husband mode. I'm still waiting on you to be a husband. But as soon as this baby get here, you ready to be that daddy of the year, as you should. But that same desire, that same want, that same tenacity that you had for that particular relationship, you couldn't have it for our relationship. And I just couldn't see past that for the longest within our marriage. And he'll always try to make it like you comparing yourself to a child. No, I'm not. I'm comparing the relationships. I want you to be a great dad, but can you also try to be a great husband?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it shows you like, okay, so you have the potential to lock in.
Correct. Exactly. Oh.
You just choosing what you want to lock into.
That part. Yes.
Yeah.
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 So am I not supposed to feel away? that you ready to sign up, be suited and booted to be super dad. But I've been waiting. Well, that was in years 2019. So that was 2 years into the marriage. I still hadn't got what I asked for. But your child only been here an hour and 36 minutes in the world, and you
ready to go.
Be daddy.
Yeah.
As you should. Again, I'm going to support you. You my man, and I'm going to step beside him at that point. But it don't mean it was right. Yeah. So I say all that to say, even in the midst of me doing all of that and trying to be this great stepmom and still trying to be this great wife, he had the audacity to still be entertaining females. The week after his daughter was born, I want to say I caught him entertaining somebody through messages. And it was like, and I remember crying to him and just like literally screaming, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Like, how could you still have the energy
with everything you got
going on? With everything you got going on and everything I stayed for to still play in my face? Because now a bitch getting psychotic. You want to play with me. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. And it's like, oh, he said the same thing. It ain't like that. Bro. I'm sorry. It wasn't like that. But what was it like? And I had to break it down. How would you feel? Matter of fact, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if I did that to you.
Right.
It wouldn't be a second thought of you staying with me at all. And that's how most relationships be too. The guys can dish it, but they can't take it. If a woman did have the things that these men did to them first, they'd be quick to, man, I ain't, heck nah. Because you see, men do it already with women who break their heart. That's why they go out here and break more hearts, because they're hurt by it. They can't take the hurt. They can dish it, but they can't take it. And I told him that, I say, you really still have the audacity to still play in my face after everything that I'm still showing. This is what you still want to do. Yeah. So, of course, that just added more insecurities, more drama, more chaos. And then at that point, like I said, we was only 2 years in the marriage at that point. And so, like I said, when she got here, she just consistently kept making it tough for him to be as active as he wanted to be. It was almost as if she was waiting on me and her to have a conversation before everything went. And that's exactly what it led to. So next thing you know, we end up having this blow-up argument via Instagram, me and her, going back and forth. Bitch, you look like the bottom of my shoe. Bitch, your mama looked like a bum. We going toe-to-toe all day. I had time that day. I was at work just going, because I think she had ended up watching my story and she was like, the fact that you just so obsessed with me. Girl, it's like she was saying things, deflecting how she probably really felt about herself. She was trying to convince herself that's how I felt about her. It's like, girl, I really don't think about you at all. Never really. I even don't have an issue with you. I prayed on it. I forgive you. If anything, I feel sorry for you. Right. You the one got to walk around knowing that baby came from a married man. Not I. That's something you got to live with. Until you step into your truth and be okay with it, you haven't even accepted your own story, which is why you're trying to convince me or everybody else that they're the problem. Right. Take heed to what happened. Forgive yourself. Forgive him. And we can all be good. No one's still blaming you. I don't just blame you. I blame both of y'all. But if I'm going to stay with him, I have to tolerate you to a certain extent too. That's the piece I wanted for me. Because it could have real life just been fuck you, fuck him, fuck everybody. It's on site every time I see you. Right. But for what? Especially if I'm talking about staying. So that means I want to stay around this environment. My environment not going to be chaotic. I need a little bit of peace. Yeah. So it was just like when she started just doing all that, we had this argument. We going back and forth. I kid y'all not. We was arguing back and forth. Like, and I had started telling her, like, bitch, I'll beat your ass. I already spared you a couple of times. Right. I have no problem. I said, if you was not the mother of my stepdaughter, bitch, I would have been had your head. And we too grown to be fighting. But stop talking crazy. We won't have to go there. You're not going to just keep saying whatever. Yeah. So after all that was said, it came down to, at the end of the day, I don't ever want you feeling like I just try to ruin your marriage on purpose. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting to the root of it. I don't want you being mad at me. I don't want you thinking that I try to mess up your relationship. I don't want you thinking I'm that type of female. Okay, thank you for finally getting down to how you feel. Yeah. You got animosity because you think I got animosity. When the whole time, I'm not tripping off you. But I don't know what it's like to be the mistress. So, of course, you're going to play victim and act like, you know what I mean? I have this whole visual of you. I don't care too much about you. I don't. But I know you the mother of my stepdaughter. Okay, it is what it is. But when we started having that conversation and you got to the root of it, when she apologized and all that, I still kept it in the back of my head. I kept note of everything. It's like, okay, I hear you. You already showed me who you are, but I'm gonna forgive you based off who you are. So we can keep the peace, but I'm gonna keep note too. So after doing all that, we had a conversation. Then it got down to, okay, yeah, I have no problem with her being in his life. Like literally, when we had that conversation, she started letting her come around. Before that conversation, she was holding her back from him because I guess she wanted for us that you could have just said that. Can we have a conversation?
Right.
But you had to do everything, give him a hard time, not bring her around. You know what I mean? It's like you did all that for nothing. Then to bring her around, and there's no shade and nothing to her, but this is how you don't, this is why you don't talk to people any kind of way, because you don't know where you're going to need people. She got into a season that she was needing the help a lot more from us. You know what I mean? She was going through a transition, and we had her a lot of the time, at least 6 days out of 7. You know what I mean? Because she was trying to get herself together. And even came down to a point where she needed money for her car broke down. Guess who gave it to her? Me. The same one who you don't trust your child around. The same one that's mentally that's psychotic. The same one who you gonna beat my ass and I don't like the bottom of your foot. All the same person though.
Helping you.
It's helping you. And all I'm telling myself is you do it right. You do it right because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, my stepdaughter got to get around. That's her mom. They need a car. Even though any other person won't give a fuck. But here I am trying to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Okay, cool. So I did that. Despite how you were. Your daughter had a room at our house. You was trying to hustle and bustle so you could even get a room for both of y'all. But I could have easily been on some, you know what I mean, read you for filth when everything started coming to light. I could have threw it all in your face. Even to this day, I still ain't threw it in your face because I'm not the type of person. Yeah. But I'm going to let you know, like, you got a lot of nerve.
Yeah.
Had to deal with that. So now she's here. You did all that to make it hard. Now we here where everybody don't want to accord. And you realizing, oh, she's not as bad as I thought she was. Oh, she actually does care and love my daughter. Now you falling into the routine. Now you trying to be respectable about the relationship. She ain't him or her not contacting each other directly. She contacts me when she coming around. Hey, just letting you know, I'm about to drop L off. Hey, we're talking. Me and her talk more than they did. And he was okay with that. He was like, that lets you know that we ain't got nothing going on. If she want to communicate through you, that's cool. But I was telling him, I was like, I don't need to be in the middle, really. This is y'all situation.
That's y'all situation.
You know what I mean? And after a while, it became too much for me. Like, I don't want to even deal with that. Y'all deal with it. But I guess she was just trying to prove herself to me. It's like, girl, I don't really care, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sip more water. So then, like I said, she started coming around. We started having her like 6 days out of 7. And the baby was enjoying it. She was loving that time. Yeah. But even still, with doing that, me and him was still having issues. Again, I'm steady finding you texting people. Yeah. If it wasn't that, it was the drinking. You know what I mean? You knew it was certain things that I just did not agree with as far as your behavior that you just
couldn't let
go of. Or you felt I was trying to tell you what to do, or I'm trying to, control you. That mentality that I can't battle with. A woman can't battle with a man's mind, their mentality. If they got it all figured out here, or they have it set in stone up here, you can't battle with that. I'm battling with your mental at this point. I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna lose all day because you stuck in that.
Your demons.
Correct. You're stuck in that right now.
Because you're battling yourself. I'm trying to help you battle what you got going on, and you trying to battle me.
Exactly.
It's a lot.
So, like I said, I love my stepdaughter. Like, we was like this. Yeah. I had her more. I was the one that potty trained her. Because she had her in diapers because living situation wise they weren't in a great enough environment for her to have the time to do so. So I was able to pick up in the areas where she wasn't able to do because she was trying to get herself together. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I could easily be like, well, if she in Pampers, she's just gonna be in Pampers. Yeah. No, I took that as, well, let us potty train her. Potty train her. She's smart. was talking good at the age of 1.5. It's like, girl, you better go on this pot. You talk too doggone good. Potty trained her. Hair was always done when she's with us. Always had on some cute clothes. You know, taken care of. When you, I started telling her, when you bring her, just bring her. We got clothes here.
Man, I wish.
We don't need nothing. Bring her.
I wish Anaya had a I wish Anaya had a stepmama right now.
Like she didn't have to do much of nothing.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Not even like on a stepmom's accord, but like on a dad's accord.
Absolutely.
When you go to his house, you should have everything you need. Like I shouldn't have to take and disrupt my whole house and vice versa. You know what I mean? It should just be like that. Because if she's over here 50% of the time and over by me 50% of the time, we both should have things for her in her space. She should have a space. But it's not always like that. And like I said, I'm not in a situation where Anaya, well, not that I know of, that she had, that I need to drop her off somewhere or whatever the case. But I would pray that when the day came, if she was in an environment with another woman, that she had her space and she felt welcome. Because I was a step kid.
Correct.
I was a step kid. I had my ex-husband had a kid before we got married. I met his son when he was 5 years old. Not even 5, 4.
He was a stepmom.
He wasn't even in kindergarten. He just graduated 2 nights ago from high school.
Oh, what?
Yes. Yes. And I always, one of the biggest things I always told him is that before having Anaya, I always said that when his child came to us, even if we added another child, I would never want him to ever be in a place where he felt like it was us and then him. Like I always wanted him to feel like it was a mutual family. You know what I mean? Because I've been in that situation where my dad, you know, had relationships and long-term ones. And I felt like that. I felt like that was my dad, but I felt like it was me against them or them and then me. I never wanted anyone to feel that way. So she's very lucky that she was able to have that space to rely on in a time when she couldn't, you know, really do for her kid at the time and her kid be taken care of. It's hard to trust people with your kids.
Absolutely.
It's hard to trust people with your kids.
And I have to tell her, like, girl, I have so much experience with kids. It's unheard of. First of all, my mom has a whole home daycare that she's been running for over 25 years. Yeah. So I was literally a part of that growing up. Knowing nieces and nephews, knowing how to change diapers, knowing how to potty train, knowing how to just treat a baby. I'm a cancer. I'm nurturing at heart. You know what I mean? I love kids. And it was like, at that time, I was working with kids. I was doing case management for foster kids. You know what I mean? So she's seen, eventually she came in and seen what I had going on. And a lot of times you calling me to come pick her up or, hey, this is what's going on. And you seen that I was the one that was a lot more flexible. Or, because you could just bring her with me. I'll take her to work with me. You know, helping you out many times. Yeah. So it was like, you wouldn't even woman enough, like you said, to even say, thank you. You really don't have to, but I appreciate you. So thank you. Still to this day, haven't gotten that. Not looking for it because we're not even in that space where I even want it. But it's like, you have a lot of nerve. Yeah. And I hope to God that you don't even have to deal with this in your situation. You know what I mean? That you don't date somebody who have a kid and y'all literally trying to be together and they act they baby mama being like that towards you. Because my guy would do it to you. Yeah, so sip water. But also during that situation, it grew me. It made me recognize my strength. Because mind y'all, as I was saying, I was always against dating people with kids, even dealing with the baby mama drama. So even having to deal with that within my marriage had discovered a whole different level of like, it made me realize how much strength I have. Like, you really sleep on yourself when it comes down to, like, what you're capable of doing. Yeah. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? You can love a child that's outside of you that you didn't have biologically. You know what I mean? She was the first person to prove that to me. Like, you can love a baby and like wholeheartedly love a child and not necessarily how you even birthed her.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped me in the future moving forward. Like, maybe I can, date people with kids and still have that same, interaction and love one another, same bond. So it was like, when I think about the intentionality God was trying to get me to learn in that situation, he was trying to teach me that you can love outside of what you feel like a mother looks like. That was my lesson in that season. And I'm grateful for it because, like I said, it gave me a whole different level of strength, a whole different level of patience, recognizing when you're dealing with somebody that's just got an ugly heart, you be like, girl, or whoever, like, why you, what's up with you? That is what I'm not gonna deal with. I'm not gonna battle with the devil. I'm gonna let you have it, and I'm gonna go this way. Because a lot of times I should have been wrung her neck. I didn't. I was just like, I'm gonna let you have it. Because you will eat your words, and you end up having to. Fast forward, you ended up needing me more than you even thought you was gonna need me. And I know it had to mess with your pride, knowing like, dang, you may not have said it, but I know there was many times when you was like, dang, I came at this girl hard.
Yeah.
And she's one of the main people I kind of can depend on the most. So yeah, I just knew.
You thought that I wouldn't survive.